Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive?
I am. Let's do it.
Okay, so today we're going to be checking out something called the Energy Pendulum Model.
Oh, yeah.
It's designed for like high school physics students, but
Yeah,
I think anyone who's taken physics like back in the day will find this pretty interesting.
definitely.
So basically, it's not just like your typical pendulum, swinging back and forth.
Wow.
It's a digital simulation that helps you visualize like energy transformations,
Oh, cool.
like from kinetic to potential and back again.
Yeah.
So where did this awesome tool come from?
Well, this particular resource comes from Open Educational Resources, Open Source Physics at Singapore.
Okay, Singapore.
Yeah, and it's actually part of a much larger website dedicated to open source physics simulations.
Oh, wow. So there's like a whole treasure trove of stuff
You
there.
got it. Whole bunch of interactive tools for physics.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So this isn't just some random website. It's like part of a bigger project. That's really impressive.
Yeah.
But let's get back to this energy pendulum model.
Yeah.
What makes it so special?
Well, imagine you're a student trying to understand these kind of tricky concepts like energy transformations.
Right.
This simulation, it lets you actually experiment
Oh, wow.
and play with different variables, and you can see how those changes affect the energy transfer,
Oh, cool.
like in real time. And for teachers,
Yeah.
this is an amazing way to bring these abstract concepts
Absolutely.
to life in the classroom.
I'm picturing my old physics teacher with like, that dusty old wooden pendulum.
Right.
This would have like blown our minds back then.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the website isn't just about the simulation though, right?
No, not at all.
Like there's more to explore on this site.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They have this whole section on sample learning goals.
Okay.
And get this, it's not just for students.
Oh, interesting.
Yet teachers can use this section to really see how to use the simulation effectively.
So it helps the teachers like kind of grasp the concepts themselves.
Exactly.
Wow.
And then they can better explain it to their students.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Now, you mentioned this resource like encourages collaboration,
Mhm.
but how do we like ensure that teachers, actually use these tools well?
That's a great question.
And they don't just treat it as like a novelty.
Right, right. It's not enough to just to give them access to these tools.
Yeah.
We need to actually support teachers in integrating these resources into their teaching.
Right.
And that's where, professional development and teacher learning communities, those things come in.
Okay, so like kind
Yeah.
of providing a space for them to learn from each other.
Exactly. Share best practices, troubleshoot challenges.
Right, like a support system for teachers.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh.
So let's unpack like what else this website offers.
Okay, yeah. So there's an About section,
Okay.
which links to a blog post,
Gotcha.
and it kind of gives you some background on the project.
Cool.
They also have translations available in different languages,
Oh, wow.
which I think speaks to their commitment to,
Yeah.
making this resource accessible to a global audience.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And then they have a whole research section.
Research, huh? That sounds kind of serious.
Yeah, it is.
Hmm.
But it's really interesting stuff.
Okay, so what kind of insights did they find?
Well, one of the things they discovered was that, students
Yeah.
learn best when they can,
Okay.
like actively manipulate variables
Uh-huh.
and see what happens.
Right.
They observe the outcomes of their actions.
Hands-on. That
Yeah.
makes total sense.
Yeah.
Like hands-on learning always trumps just like reading about it
Yeah, for sure.
in a textbook.
Definitely.
So what else is like hidden in this research section?
Well, they go into like the pedagogy of using simulations for teaching physics.
Okay.
One of the key findings was that simulations can really help students visualize
Right.
these abstract concepts.
Like energy transfer.
Exactly.
Huh.
It makes them more concrete and understandable.
Yeah, because it's one thing to see like a formula, but it's another to actually see it in action.
For sure.
Yeah, that's really
So they're not just memorizing definition, they're actually seeing how it works.
exactly.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I'm particularly impressed by like how the simulation actually visualizes the energy transfer.
Mhm.
It really makes like this abstract concept come alive.
Right. Yeah.
What other resources did they include on the site?
Okay, so they have these student worksheets
Okay.
designed specifically to like guide students through activities
Mm-hmm.
that reinforce the concepts from the simulation.
Oh, nice.
And then they even have a YouTube video link.
Oh, a video perfect for visual learners.
Right.
So what's this what's this video all about?
Well, it's titled Energy Pendulum Model Secondary in JC by Dave Lawman.
Okay.
And it seems to provide like a visual walkthrough
Oh, cool.
of the model, like how it works and how to use it.
So it's like having a virtual physics tutor.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I had that back in the day.
Me too.
I'm also seeing something about different versions. What's that about?
So there's actually a link to version 1 of the resource,
Okay.
which suggests that, they're constantly working on improvements and updates.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic,
Yeah.
It shows a real dedication to this project.
Keeping it fresh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm seeing a section here called project related.
Okay.
And honestly, it sounds a bit intimidating.
Oh, it's not as bad as it sounds.
Okay, good.
It's basically about the larger initiative behind this energy pendulum model.
Well-
It focuses on how teacher learning communities function and how they can implement open source physics for, for
Right.
teaching concepts.
So it ties back to that collaborative spirit we were talking about with
Correct.
teachers sharing their experiences.
Right, and best practices.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it really highlights that it's not just about, creating simulations. It's about, like, fostering this whole community of educators
Right.
who are passionate about using these tools to actually improve science education.
It sounds like they're building a movement,
Yeah.
not just a website.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm curious about something else.
Yeah.
We talked about how the simulation can run on different devices,
Right.
but how does that actually work? Is it some kind of app you have to download?
No, it's even better.
Okay.
The simulation's built using HTML5,
Okay.
which means it can run right in your web browser.
Oh, wow, that's convenient.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
no downloads, no installations.
So you can use it on your phone, tablet, laptop,
Exactly. Anything with a web browser.
Chromebook, whatever.
Yep.
So they've really made this accessible
Yeah.
to everyone.
They really have.
No excuses for not diving into physics.
Exactly. No excuses.
Um,
That accessibility, it kind of ties into this larger trend in education.
oh, okay.
Like this move towards more inclusive learning environments.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where everyone has a chance to learn and explore regardless of their,
Yeah, exactly.
background or whatever.
Yeah.
I love that idea. Breaking down barriers and making education truly accessible
Right.
for everyone. Speaking of accessibility,
Okay.
let's circle back to those sample learning goals we mentioned earlier.
Right.
Can you give us an example of how they actually connect to the simulation?
Sure. Yeah. So, one of the goals is to help students understand the difference
Okay.
between kinetic and potential energy.
Right, which can be tricky.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And the simulation, lets them see in real time
Oh, cool.
how these energies change as the pendulum swings.
So they can actually visualize it
Exactly.
instead of just, memorizing a definition.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's much more effective, I think.
I think so too.
And then the For Teachers section
Right.
provides guidance on how to actually use the simulation in their lesson plans.
Exactly. It's like having a built-in support system.
Right. So
Right.
they're not just here's this cool tool, good luck.
Right, exactly.
They're actually
They thought about how to use it.
yeah, helping them integrate it
Mm.
into the classroom.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool aspect of this resource.
Me too.
And remember those student worksheets we talked about? They're designed to go along with the simulation.
Okay.
So the students are actually doing stuff.
So it's active learning.
Yeah, not just passively watching. They're engaged.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
So it's a complete package,
Yeah.
You've got the simulation guidance for teachers and then these engaging activities.
Yeah, exactly.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
It really is.
It really speaks to the thoughtfulness of this resource.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a flashy tool,
Yeah.
It's really well designed to help students learn,
Yeah.
which I
Okay.
appreciate.
Yeah, and for those visual learners, there's always that YouTube video to
Yeah.
provide another perspective. It's like
Absolutely.
having a personal tutor walking you through the simulation.
Totally.
Speaking of different perspectives,
Right.
the research section offers a really interesting look behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It explores the research that informed the design of this resource.
Mhm.
This reminds me of when I was learning about energy in school.
Yeah.
We had to rely on static diagrams in textbooks,
Right.
which made it really hard to grasp the dynamic nature of energy.
Yeah, it's tough to visualize from a static image.
This simulation would have been a game changer.
Totally.
It really would have.
It's amazing how, like, educational research and technology
Yeah.
have come together to create these, like, really powerful tools.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what other concepts we could teach this way.
Right. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit and revisit that project-related section.
Okay.
What else can you tell us about the collaborative aspect?
Yeah, so this section really emphasizes the importance of teacher-learning communities.
Okay.
When you're implementing these open source physics resources,
Right.
these communities, they give a platform
Yeah.
for educators to connect with each other,
Right.
share their experiences, and support each other.
Yeah, so it's not just about using the tools,
Yeah.
it's also about advocating for them
Exactly.
and helping other teachers see the value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's great.
And that collaborative spirit,
Yeah.
it extends beyond just teachers.
Oh.
The project also involves, researchers, developers, content creators.
So it's like a whole team effort.
Yeah, all working together to make science education more accessible.
That's fantastic.
It is.
It's a reminder that, like, progress in education really often happens through collaboration and shared knowledge.
For sure.
Okay, and we can't forget that list of other resources
Oh, yeah.
they have on the website.
That treasure trove.
Yeah, it's a treasure trove of learning tools.
Exactly.
Let's dive into a few examples.
Okay, yeah.
First up, we have
Yeah.
the LOL Energy Stores and Transfers Diagram Master template.
That's a mouthful.
That name definitely caught my attention.
Yeah.
Learning about energy doesn't have to be boring, right?
No, not at all.
What's so special about this this template?
So it seems like they've created this tool for visualizing energy flow
Okay.
in all sorts of different systems.
Okay.
And the LOL in the title, maybe suggests
Yeah.
a more fun, engaging way to teach this sometimes complex concept.
I'm all for adding a little humor into science education.
Me too, for sure.
What else do they have?
Okay, next on the list
Yeah.
is the frictional model of mass m 1 kilogram.
Okay.
This one seems to be another simulation,
Okay.
maybe focusing on friction and how it affects motion.
Oh, I remember struggling with those friction problems in physics.
Yeah, me too.
This simulation could have helped.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing how a simple visual can make a world of difference.
Totally.
What's the last resource that caught your eye?
The last one is learning chemistry with right formula.
Okay, chemistry.
Yeah, this one seems to, bridge the gap
Okay.
between physics and chemistry,
Cool.
offering an interactive way to learn chemical formulas.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
It's a great example of how these resources can span different scientific disciplines.
Right, it's not just physics.
Yeah.
These principles of interactive learning can be applied all over the place.
That's really cool.
It is.
And this is just a small sampling of what this website offers.
Yeah, it's just a paste.
It really underscores the potential of open educational resources to make quality learning accessible to everyone.
Sure.
It's like they've created this digital library
It is, yeah.
of scientific exploration
Exactly.
that's open to anyone with an internet connection.
It's pretty awesome.
It is pretty inspiring.
So what does all of this mean?
Yeah.
What have we learned from this deep dive?
Into the Energy Pendulum Model and these open educational resources.
Yeah.
Well, it's clear that technology is playing a huge role in changing how we teach and learn science.
Yeah, I agree.
These interactive simulations, they bring abstract concepts to life
Right.
in a way that traditional textbooks just they can't
compete.
They can't compete, yeah. And it's not just about making science fun.
Right.
It's about really empowering students to become active learners, to experiment, ask questions, discover things for themselves.
It's about moving away from just memorizing facts.
Right.
And towards a deeper understanding of how science works.
Yeah.
And open educational resources like this one, they're leading the way in this. Yeah.
We've talked a lot about the benefits for students.
Yeah.
But what about the impact on teachers?
Oh, yeah. That's important too.
How are these resources changing how they teach?
Well, they're giving teachers these new tools to engage their students, differentiate instruction, personalize learning.
Right.
And they're also fostering this culture of collaboration and shared knowledge.
It's like creating a global network of teachers who are passionate about science and excited to share their ideas.
Exactly. It's amazing to think about the impact this could have
Yeah.
on science education,
Yeah.
like worldwide.
Worldwide? Yeah.
It's really cool.
And it's not just about science.
No, not at all.
Like these principles of interactive learning,
Right.
open access, they can be applied to any subject,
Yeah, absolutely.
like history, literature, math, music.
Totally.
Imagine a world where every student
Yeah.
has access to, like,
Right.
high-quality, engaging learning experiences.
Regardless of where they live
Yeah.
or their background.
That's a powerful vision.
Is.
And it's one that we're starting to see become reality
Okay.
thanks to the work of all these dedicated people,
Mhm.
educators, researchers, developers.
It's really inspiring.
It is.
So as we wrap up our deep dive today
Yeah.
into the Energy Pendulum Model
Mm-hmm.
and this whole world of open educational resources,
Right.
I want to leave you with a challenge.
A challenge. Okay, I love a good challenge.
I figured you would.
What do we have to do?
I want you to take some time to explore
Okay.
the Energy Pendulum Model website.
Okay.
Play around with the simulation, dig into the resources,
Yeah.
and just like see how it sparks your own curiosity
Okay.
about science.
And don't stop there, right?
No, keep going.
Think about other subjects,
Yeah.
other concepts that could be taught using these interactive approaches.
Yeah.
How can we make learning more engaging,
Right.
more effective?
In all areas,
Yeah.
not just science.
Exactly.
Share your thoughts with us.
Yeah, let us know.
We'd love to hear from you.
Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about pendulums
Sure.
or simulations.
That's bigger than that.
It's about empowering every single person
Yeah.
to become a lifelong learner.
To embrace that curiosity
Yeah.
and to explore the world
Yeah.
with a sense of wonder
With a sense of wonder.
and discovery.
Keep those minds engaged.
Keep those gears turning.
Never stop learning.
Never stop learning.
Until next time.